Eastern Conference Finals Game 4 last night, where the Indiana Pacers laid yet another egg in the
Mhm.
final moments of the game, sending them on a 4-month vacation after getting swept by the Boston Celtics. Let's talk about it.
Wow. What a way to end the season. You're not supposed to get swept in the conference finals. I don't think you're supposed to get swept. Now, you can still lose, but to get swept when you could have really just closed it out, it's too sad. Too sad. So, gone
Was it
fishing.
really?
Gone
What?
fishing.
Was it really sad? I mean, well, actually, you know what? I think it is sad because, really, this series should be tied 2-2. I'm just going to put it out there. I keep thinking about
Yeah.
how they fumbled so many games in the final moments.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This should not have been a sweep.
No, not at all. It's clearly that the Indiana Pacers for this Boston series, Eastern Conference Finals, they had a problem with closing out games. That was evident in every game, in all 4 games. Difficulties in closing out games. That's too bad.
It is. You know what? Well, the great thing that came out of this, they now know that, right? And they
Yep.
also know that Andrew Nimhard has that clutch gene. They
But
know that Aaron Neesmith can lock somebody up on defense. They now
yes,
know that Pascal Siakam might turn the ball over in the final moments. They know this now.
they know that Pascal Siakam will have stone hands. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Repeatedly. That was constant in all 4 games. Turnovers in the ninth hour. Yes. Yeah. You know what though? That Nimhard showed me something, and I'm really can't wait to see him play next season. He did his thing in these playoff runs that the Pacers had. He was really good. Um, I can only imagine him, being much better next season and then the season after that. But what he was able to display, the Indiana Pacers have a nice piece in him. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Playing without Tyrese Halliburton for the second game. He was on the bench looking like maybe he could have contributed, but whatever.
Yeah.
The commentator mentioned that the Pacers didn't rule him out if they were able to extend the series.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh my gosh.
When I heard that, I said, sounds like he could possibly play right now. You know?
Yeah. I don't know what he would have given them though. Would it have been enough? I don't know. Because
Hmm.
when he played the first 2 games, it wasn't enough. I mean, even though he went off in some cases. So I don't know. I
Yes.
you know what though? I did want to reclaim my time. Although a sad ending because nobody wants to go home in a sweep, I am glad that the series is over. If I'm gonna be honest, for real, for real.
Oh, okay. All right. So look, I'm most happy about Jaylen Brown winning the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And I can tell that when they announced it, he wasn't expected to win. He didn't feel like he was going to win it. Because he was so
Hmm.
surprised. I couldn't believe it. I really thought
No, he
Jason
didn't.
Tatum was gonna get it. I thought they had his name already on the plaque. Right?
Mm-mm.
Because Jaylen
No.
Brown gets overlooked so much.
Yeah, yeah. It was well deserved for sure, and I think he sealed his fate when he hit that 3-pointer to send the game into overtime. That was it. I was like, yeah, he's gonna be conference finals MVP. So I'm happy for him. He deserves it. Well deserved award. Finally get some acknowledgement. And so yeah, good for him. Congratulations, Jaylen Brown.
It's funny though. Jason Tatum actually had a better game than him last night. If you look at the stats, but if you watch the game, you were like, "Oh, Jaylen Brown's everywhere. He's getting
Yes,
timely baskets, right?"
yes,
I mean, he
yes.
finished with 29.6 rebounds and 2 assists. And you know what? It's hard to overlook the foul that he committed against TJ McConnell. If it would have been a flagrant two, which I have seen the refs call that, if it would have
Uh-huh.
been a flagrant two and he was ejected from the game, there's a great likelihood that the Pacers probably would have won without Jaylen Brown's contribution.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That chair.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be still, but it's still making noise.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. Okay. Somebody said on Twitter, imagine the Celtics being this excited about beating the hospital Pacers. I said, oh my God, the
Oh
Twitter is
no.
terrible. I
Oh
mean,
no. But I have to somewhat agree. Let's just be honest. The Boston Celtics have been on a cakewalk through this postseason. I'm sorry. C- Have the games been semi-competitive? Yes. But if the Boston Celtics really locked in like they should have, the sweep that happened with the Indiana Pacers could have totally happened. And I'm going to say they played against the Cavs, right?
yes,
It's just, it's been an easy way. It's been an easy road. It's just been an easy road. And guess what? When you're the number one seed in the East and best team overall for the season, if your postseason journey is going to be going through daisies, then that's exactly what they did. I think so. I don't think they've really been tested. I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Well, we are going to find out because the Boston Celtics are now headed to the NBA Finals. They have this long layover, and they're probably
Right.
going to be a little rusty, once they
Yes.
finally get back on the court. Mm,
Yeah, because it doesn't start until June 6th, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, yes.
And I don't know why. And I guess the timeline has already been set, especially when you're talking about sponsors and TV and all that stuff. But it's going to be a long, drawn out vacation, mini vacation for them. Then they have to come back and get back in the groove. Well, I'd like to see how that happens.
I'm telling you. And it looks like the other series in the Western Conference might be over early too. So we're going to have no basketball for over a week.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I mean,
Isn't that crazy? You're going to mess around.
yes.
They got to be able to move it up. There has to be some type of negotiations happening right now with the TV networks. Gotta be. These players are gonna be so stiff and just out of it. Game one is gonna be of the finals is gonna be a clown show because everybody gonna be trying to get back in groove. It's a lot. That's a
Uh-huh.
lot of time. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, so if the Boston Celtics come out flat, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, it's because they weren't tested in the series prior." When the reality could be, like you mentioned, they're gonna be stiff, sore, trying to get their shot back, trying to get their rhythm.
Right.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, oh my goodness. Okay,
Mm.
so I'm pretty much done pulling teeth on this Boston Celtics Indiana series. They got the victory. 105 to 102, a complete sweep of the Indiana
Yeah.
Pacers, and we move on. What's going on tonight?
Ooh, game four of the Dallas Mavericks and Minnesota Timberwolves. And this could potentially be the end of that series as well. So, ooh, I don't know.
Mm, I
I
doubt it.
say Dallas Mavericks close it out so Luca can get some rest on his knees and his body, and we can, Lively can get, a couple of more days rest without having to worry about going back into the game. I'm just saying, yeah,
Yes, yes, Porzingis is also going to get some rest, and he'll be ready to go for the NBA Finals. I'm telling you, he better hurry up and get out there because I saw him last night wearing the Eastern Conference Finals hat or whatever it was, and I'm like, you didn't even participate. Like, there's got to be a feeling of, oh my God, do I deserve this? Porzingis need to get out there on that court so he can be a part of this run by the Boston Celtics
right.
for their 18th banner.
Right, right, right. It's so funny when some of these players, and we can go back to previous championships where, they'll be handing out the rings to people, to players, and they didn't even touch a toe on the court.
Right, right.
Didn't even
It's a
tennis
joke.
shoes didn't even hit the paint. I'm like but you got a ring though.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Ankles weren't
So
even taped up for the game.
But
Somebody mentioned on Twitter that maybe Marcus Smart needs to get a ring if the Celtics win this year. I'm like, I wouldn't be opposed to Marcus Smart getting a ring. Would you?
yeah, but he didn't earn it. Not this season. Not with the Boston Celtics. Yeah, I know. Ooh, that is kind of. Ooh, I wonder how he's feeling right now. Hmm.
All right, so I actually have the Minnesota Timberwolves winning tonight.
Okay.
So they'll be extending this series, and Lisa give us some more basketball. Plus, this series is so good to me,
Yeah.
and I just want to see what the Timberwolves are going to do. How is Cat going to respond to playing horrible in the last couple of games? And can Anthony Edwards get some wind in his lungs? To finish out the fourth
Ah!
quarter.
Yeah, yeah. This it if they're gonna do anything, this is the game. There is no next game if they don't pull this one off. So the Minnesota Timberwolves, the stakes are high, and I think at this point it is for them to lose the game. So